8-year-old girl sought medical help 3 times on the day she died, U.S. immigration officials say. U.S. immigration officials say an 8-year-old girl who died last week in Border Patrol custody was seen at least 3 separate times by medical personnel on the day of her death. So this is one of those crazy-ass fucking things where, I mean, again, does anyone remember when Donald Trump was in office and you had all the liberals going like, concentration camps, there's concentration camps, right? And then like Joe Biden comes into office, gives them the concentration camps, gives ICE way more money. But then the liberals are like, whoa, concentration camps. I believe they're referred to as processing facilities or whatever the fuck, right? But like, you know, under Trump, we have concentration camps, huge deal. Biden comes in, gives them more money, beefs them up, improves every aspect of the salaries, destroys the conditions even further. All of a sudden, they're processing facilities, right? So, or whatever it was that the term, I know at one point the White House, like Kamala Harris said some specific term that was really funny. But again, we got some dead kids in Texas. Dead kid, I should say. There's only one for now. I mean, there's, you know, hundreds over the course of the last, you know, however many years since we've had these concentration camps. I started in, 2002, 2003, somewhere around then. But anyway, an 8-year-old girl who died last week in Border Patrol custody was seen at least 3 separate times by medical personnel on the day of her death, complaining of vomiting, a stomach ache, and later suffering what appeared to be a seizure before she was taken to a hospital, U.S. immigration officials said on Sunday. So I have a question, like, medical personnel, right? Like, so you're a medical person or personnel and you're working at some concentration camp. Like, I'm sure you're really out there caring about the people that you're seeing, right? I'm sure you're not just there just so that the people at the concentration camp can tick off that we have medical personnel on staff, right? Like, it's definitely not just like, you know, a way to check a box or anything. Like, no, these people really care about these 8-year-olds, right? The girl's mother had previously told the Associated Press that agents had repeatedly ignored her pleas to hospitalize her medically fragile daughter, who had a history of heart problems and sickle cell anemia. Anadith Tane Reese Alvarez, whose parents are Honduran, was born in Panama with congenital heart disease. Quote, she cried and begged for her life, and they ignored her. They didn't do anything for her. Mabel Alvarez Benedicts, the mother of Anadith, had previously told the Associated Press during an interview on Friday. In a statement, U.S. Customs and Border Protection said it knew about the girl's medical history when personnel began treating her for influenza 4 days before her death on May 17. Like, that's the thing. Like, why? Like, you know, cops lie, right? And what are the guards at concentration camps? They're cops, right? They're just like the beefier versions. But like, the other thing about it is cops lie, and that's in their job description. They do it every time they open their mouth. But then the other aspect of cops is that they're fucking stupid, right? They're dumb motherfuckers, right? They have like, you know, I don't know. Like, they got some fucked up brain disease, okay? Goddamn FUBs or whatever it is. Fucked up brain syndrome. So that's what they got. So why would you say that you knew about the medical history 4 days before the girl died? Because if you did, if that is true, then don't you belong in jail? You know what I mean? Right? But it's like, they don't want to seem like they're incompetent, right? They would rather look like murderers. Oh yeah, you know, we just killed this kid for entertainment. It's not that we didn't know. We're not incompetent, for Christ's sake. You know, because that's really what it boils down to. They don't want to be perceived as incompetent. They don't want to be like, oh, well, we didn't even know the girl had sicknesses. Right? No, they knew. They killed her on purpose. For fun. That's why she's dead. She's dead because they enjoyed it. They like torturing people for entertainment. Right? So again, that's why they say this shit. Because one, qualified immunity, they're all fine. They're going to be protected no matter what. So it really comes down to, do we look incompetent and we accidentally killed someone, or do we look competent and we killed them on purpose? Well, you know, everyone knows that cops kill people and they do it for fun, so they don't want to look like they're the incompetent ones, so they're just going to say proudly, yes, we knew that we were killing this person, we knew we were torturing them, and it wasn't a mistake. We did it on purpose. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys. We're not fucking up here. We're just killing people on purpose. CBP Acting Commissioner Troy Miller said in a statement that while his agency awaits the results of an internal investigation, I love it. You know, I took a break from the news, for those of you that don't know, but it's all the same. I come back. We got cops lying, cops killing people for no reason. But wait, don't worry, everybody. There's an internal investigation. Oh, wow. Wowee! There's an internal investigation. All right, so what happened? They found out this person was sick. They tortured them like Jigsaw in a horror film for 4 days. They died. By the way, person, 8-year-old child. Tortured them like Jigsaw for 4 days. Then they're dead. And, but don't worry, there's an internal investigation. Man, I love this shit. You know, I don't love the dead kids, obviously. Well, I'm to be honest with you, I'm ambivalent on the dead kids. Kids die every day. But, like, what I'm against, as a matter of principle, I'm against concentration camps. I don't think they're a good thing. You know, whether or not they be Adolf Hitler's, whether or not they be Franklin Delano Roosevelt, whether or not they be Donald Trump or Joe Robinette Biden, I'm not a fan of concentrating human beings in camps and then torturing them to death for entertainment. That's just, you know, I find other ways of entertainment. I play video games, you know, I listen to music, I watch movies, you know, some people, they become cops and they murder children for entertainment. Hey, you know, whatever, but that's just not my thing. But again, it's just like, it's kind of weird that we live in this society where it's like, this is like news stories that happen almost every day. Cops are murdering people for entertainment, torturing them for entertainment, burning people alive for entertainment, shooting them when they're running away for entertainment, kidnapping them from their families because their family took them to the doctor, right? Like, cops are just like, they're a bunch of crazy, fucked up freaks. And, again, it's just a little weird, you know, that we live in this kind of world where we have, 1, concentration camps at the border, 2, cops are allowed to just destroy and murder and torture children. And 3, no one really gives a fuck. You know, you ever notice this? No one gives a fuck. You know? Like, again, remember when Donald Trump was president and the liberals were like, oh my God, concentration camps. They won an election, gave all the fucking Nazis more money, and then washed their hands of the whole thing, right? So again, like, no one really gives a fuck. Let's just be honest with you, right? You don't give a fuck. Do you really? Oh my God, so heartbreaking. Oh my God. Oh. Do you really care? Like, let's be honest. Like, let's be honest. On an emotional level, do you really care? Maybe a little. Maybe. It might get a single tear out of you if we're lucky. On a cognitive level, you know it's fucked up. We all know it's fucked up. But we don't care. We don't fucking give a shit. Like, let's be honest about it, right? Like, I don't care. I don't care about dead kids. I don't care about the concentration camps. I think they're bad. We shouldn't have them. But nothing I can do is going to stop them. Nothing you can do is going to stop them. That's just the world we live in. We live in a fucking neo-Nazi state. And that's just how it is. So don't worry, everyone. Vote blue. You know, because that's going to solve all of our problems. And where's the solution? I don't know. I don't have a solution. Oh. Cops kill people. What are you gonna do? I don't know. Leave the country, I guess. That's my solution. But anyway, dead kids. Cops killed them. Are they gonna go to jail? Now, I will end this segment by saying this once again. I say this often. The most prolific serial killers in American history, no, it's not Ted Bundy. No, it's not what other guys like Dahmer or whatever they're making Netflix documentaries about. The most prolific serial killers in American history are police and politicians because they have murdered thousands and thousands of people. Police, they do it with their own hands. Politicians, they usually pay the cops to do it. They pay assassins to do it, right? Cops, they kill people for fun. Right? So the most prolific serial killers we've ever seen in this country are not Jeffrey Dahmer or whatever the other fuckers you were watching on Netflix. They're the boys in blue. They're the guys wearing suits and going to Washington. So think about that one for a moment, Jack. But anyway, dead kid, tortured to death for entertainment. You know, these guys enjoyed it. I'm sure there's some CCTV camera footage of them having a great time watching this kid have a seizure. And I'm sure that nothing is going to happen to them because, again, we live in America and this is a neo-Nazi state, so what are you going to do?